For all the hype about star players for a second, because the real battle between Chelsea and Arsenal is going to be won and lost on the tactics board. We're about to show you how two of the smartest managers in the Premier League have set up a tactical chess match. Stick around and you'll know exactly where the key strategic battles will be fought and who really has the upper hand. Isn't just about scoring goals, it's a battle of pure strategy. It's first versus second in the Premier League. Arsenal, a team on an incredible unbeaten streak against the league's big six sides, are looking unstoppable. Chelsea, reborn under Enzo Maresca, are coming in hot off a commanding 3-0 win over Barcelona in the Champions League. This is so much more than a London derby. It's a clash between two grandmasters of the modern game, where every single inch is going to be contested. So let's break down the tactics. First, Chelsea's defensive solidity. Enzo Maresca has turned Chelsea into an incredibly solid defensive unit. His whole philosophy is built on control, being adaptable, and what he calls positional intelligence. On paper, they line up in a 4-2-3-1, but that shape is constantly changing. When they have the ball, they will morph into a 3-2-5 or a 3-2-4-1, with a fullback tucking into midfield to create a solid base and totally overload the middle of the pitch. But it's their shape without the ball that's seriously impressive. Maresca likes a compact mid block that's designed to shut down central passing lanes and push opponents out wide where they are less of a threat. If that initial snap back into a tight 4-4-2 soaking up pressure and getting ready to launch a quick counter, this disciplined system is why they've got one of the best defensive records in the league and are just so tough to break down. Arsenal's offensive plan. So how on earth does Mikel Arteta plan to break down this fortress? Well, Arsenal's game is defined by its own brand of sharp discipline and clever flexibility. Arteta is all about possession-based football, but it's not just passing for the sake of it. It's about controlling the game's rhythm and creating openings through smart, rehearsed passing patterns. To counter Chelsea's compact shape, you can expect Arsenal to use quick, dynamic ball movement, switching play from one side to the other to try and isolate defenders in one-on-ones, a huge strength for players like Bukayo Saka. We'll probably see their fullbacks cutting inside and some clever movement from the attacking midfielders to mess with Chelsea's defensive lines. The big question mark for Arsenal is the fitness of their captain, Martin Odegaard. He's been out since early October with a knee injury, but is finally back in training. His presence, even if it's just from the bench, will be a massive creative boost. Arsenal's defensive discipline. But let's be clear, this match is a tale of two incredible defenses. Arsenal's own defensive record is staggering, and they have one of the best in the Premier League. Under Arteta, the Gunners are aggressive when they don't have the ball, often pressing man-to-man high up the pitch to win it back early. Their defensive shape is compact and drilled, with every player knowing exactly where to be to apply pressure as a team. This means they can quickly snap into a defensive block and form a wall that's tough to get through. Plus, their recent head-to-head record against Chelsea is fantastic, suggesting they have the psychological edge and the tactical blueprint to shut down Chelsea's biggest threats. Now, the midfield battle, the center of the board. This chess match is going to be won or lost right in the middle of the pack. Both Maresca and Arteta build their entire systems around controlling the center. Maresca's Chelsea uses a double pivot, but he staggers them so they aren't on the same line, which is an absolute nightmare to defend against. It creates new passing angles and forces the opposition to make tough choices. Arsenal will fight fire with fire, looking to dictate the tempo with their own brand of midfield control. The fight to get an extra man in this era is going to be fierce. Whichever side can break up the other's rhythm, force mistakes, and transition from defense to attack the fastest will get a huge upper hand. It's here in these tight spaces that the real strategic duel will happen. The Grandmaster's influence. Beyond the starting 11s, this game is going to come down to the in-game adjustments from the two managers. Both Arteta and Maresca are known for their abilities to switch things up mid-game, whether it's by changing formations or making a game-changing substitution. Maresca will be watching to see how Arsenal commits players forward, ready to exploit any space left behind with those lightning quick counterattacks. Meanwhile, Arteta is a master of making those timely calls that have so often tipped firmly balanced games in his favor. Keep an eye on the benches because a player like Palmer, who is a major dart for Chelsea, but getting closer to a return from injury, could be the ultimate wild card. So, you've got two of the most tactically brilliant teams in the league, both at the top of their game. Chelsea with their fluid, possession-heavy style and that rock-solid defense, and Arsenal with their aggressive high press and their own nearly unbreakable backline. This game won't be settled by brute force, but by brains. It's a true 50-50, a proper tactical chess match where the manager's wits are just as crucial as the players' skills on the pitch. A moment of individual magic could always steal the headlines, but the real groundwork for victory will be laid out on the tactics board. Wow. What do you think? Which manager's strategy is going to come out on top? Drop your tactical predictions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe and check out other deep dives. See you soon.